Good morning. It's Monday, January 10th. We're bringing you the latest news to make headlines to help your day get started.
Mega testing sites are opening up in DeKalb and Cobb counties this morning as COVID-19 cases continue to soar in Georgia.
CBS 46's Tori Cooper has what you need to know if you're looking to get tested. She starts off our coverage in today's Morning News Rewind.
Yeah, good morning, Gervier. The Department of Public Health says that this testing site here in Marietta will open at 8 a.m. today, and it will be open until 6 p.m. Now, this is one of just two mega testing sites that are now open for business throughout the week. Each day they will be open until 6, and on Saturdays they will be open from 8 to 3 p.m. Now, each of the you have to have an appointment before you come out here. You can register online. They also say that your insurance company will be billed if you do have insurance. Otherwise, it will be free for everyone. This location is obviously in Marietta. The other one is located in DeKalb. You can find the addresses on our website to both locations. But of course, as the demand for testing continues in our state, top doctors we spoke to say even though symptoms of the Omicron variant look a bit different, they're still concerned.
Staff is vaccinated, but they are still getting infected, generally with very mild symptoms. But when they're infected, they have to stay home. So it's exacerbated that shortage that we already were experiencing.
Now, the Department of Public Health says depending on the demand that they are seeing at both of these mega testing sites, they will decide on whether or not they will open a third location. As of right now, they are only going to start with both locations here in Marietta and the other one in DeKalb. Of course, if you do need to get registered for your testing appointment, you can head to our website at cbs46.com. I also shared a link on our Twitter page with both addresses to both locations. Reporting live in Marietta, I'm Tori Cooper, CBS 46 News.
All right, good information, Tori. Thanks. Breaking this morning, Novak Djokovic has won his legal battle against the Australian government. A judge ordered the government to release him from detention immediately and restore his visa. That means that Djokovic is expected to compete for a record 21st Grand Slam tennis title when the Australian Open begins Monday.
Also breaking this morning, condolences are pouring in for actor and comedian Bob Saget.
Our Brooks Baptiste is in studio with us right now. I got to tell you, I was just shocked to hear this news when it broke.
Yeah, absolutely. Good morning to you guys. You know, Bob Saget was a major figure in television. He was known as America's dad, and a lot of us knew him for his role as Danny Tanner on the hit show Full House. But he was also a comedian. And get this, less than 24 hours before he died, he was on stage doing what he loved most. Saget was found dead inside a hotel room Sunday in Orlando, Florida, and authorities said that there were no signs of foul play or drug use. Right now, his cause of death remains unknown, but we can tell you this, that he was 65 years old and he's leaving behind a wife and 3 kids. Now, this morning, many of his friends and co-stars are reacting to this news on social media. John Stamos saying, "I am gutted. I am complete and utter shock, rather." And he says, "I will never, ever have another friend like him. I love you so much, Bobby." Now, Candace Cameron Bure, who played his daughter on Full House, also tweeting, and she says, "I don't know what to say. I have no words. Bob was one of the best human beings I've ever known in my life. I loved him so much." And guys, we've seen a lot of that online this morning. Many people just talking about how great of a guy he was, how funny he was, and then of course saying that he had such a huge heart.
Yeah, really just shocking news.
Yeah, sad. Grew up watching him. That's a
Of
tough
course.
one.
Yeah. Brooks, thank you.
Every college football fan knows it's a big day in college football. UGA is hoping to claim its first national championship win in 41 years.
So we sent Rob Hughes to Indianapolis for all the action. He's joining us from Indy right now as we count down to kickoff. Hey there, Rob.
Hey guys, you know, one of the cool parts about being here and getting here on Thursday and Friday was it being fairly quiet still in downtown Indianapolis, but then the excitement began to build. The fans started flooding downtown Indy, filling the hotels, the bars, the restaurants. Our hotel lobby last night, this is no exaggeration, had probably 1,000 people in it. It made it hard to get some sleep or even get any work done. But I don't blame them. College Football National Championship's a big deal, and it is, of course, a big party. And it's no secret college football fans are some of the most passionate fans across the broad spectrum of sports. We've talked to dozens and dozens of fans from both sides, and let me say, there are some interesting characters.
Sweet home Alabama, roll tide roll. Tomorrow. Yeah. Roll tide.
The Tide's gonna do what they do. whole lot of crying Georgia fans, just like they were at the SEC championship. It's okay.
Rammer Jammer, Yellow Hammer, give them hell Alabama, roll tide.
Dogs on top.
I ain't gotta say never.
Dogs on top.
I know, on top of what?
On top
of the dog house.
On top of that little elephant.
Sometimes you gotta roll up a newspaper and hit a dog on his nose. That's how we handle the dog sometimes.
Whew, gotta say my favorite was the gotta roll up a newspaper and smack a dog on the nose. That was definitely the best bite that I saw. You know, there was a couple of fans we spoke to that may have fit right in with those fans, but we knew better. And it was actually Nakobe Dean's parents. And Nakobe Dean, of course, the All-American linebacker for the Georgia Bulldogs. He's unquestionably the leader of the defense. But outside of his All-American play on the field, he's an incredibly smart guy, a mechanical engineering major. As you might imagine, his parents are here in Indy for this big game. They're loud and they're proud.
Kobe's senior year in high school, he was up for all these different awards, various awards. We were going Horn Lake. Horn Lake had went 15-0, first time in history. They had went through the season and they won the championship. So I'm having deja vu, except ×2 because it's on a higher level. So here we are again. Kobe's up for various awards, different awards. The Bulldogs are going in, they're doing their thing, and here we are at the national championship again.
Yeah, well, the Dogs are going to need Dean at his very best tonight. He'll be tasked with getting the Georgia defense in the right place to defend the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback of the Alabama Crimson Tide who lit him up in the SEC championship game. And guys, I got to tell you, I have absolutely no idea what's going to happen in tonight's game, but I think it makes it all the more exciting. Can't wait to see it all unfold.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game for sure. All right, Rob, thanks so much. We'll see you shortly. The national championship kicks off tonight at 8 o'clock, and you can tune in for live team coverage before and after the game right here on CBS 46.
Now back here at home, with COVID-19 racing through communities because of the more contagious Omicron variant, several school districts are resuming in-person learning today.
And that includes DeKalb, Forsyth, Fulton, Henry, and Clayton counties, along with Atlanta Public Schools. Our Rebecca Schramm is live this morning. She's in Buckhead. And Rebecca, Atlanta Public Schools putting a priority on testing.
Yeah, they are, Gervier, and they're hoping that this rapidly spreading Omicron variant has convinced more parents to sign off on voluntary surveillance testing. And that is when students can get tested at their schools routinely, whether they have symptoms or not. Another thing APS is doing, starting next Monday, they're going to implement a test to stay program, and that allows a close contact of a COVID positive person to stay at school as long as they don't have symptoms and they continue to test negative for 10 days. In Clayton County, the superintendent has notified employees that they must produce a negative COVID test before they can return to their buildings today. Otherwise, they're going to be considered positive and will have to take sick days until their quarantine period is over. Here's what Clayton County superintendent said about that.
We continue to be in the middle of a pandemic, and we're responding to the pandemic in a way that is consistent and responsible, always prioritizing safety.
And as always, school districts all across Metro Atlanta are urging parents, please keep your student at home if he or she is showing any symptoms. Live in Atlanta, Rebecca Schramm, CBS 46 News.
Thanks so much, Rebecca. Now at 6:30, we're keeping an eye on today with the stories you need to know.
Today, enforcement of the federal vaccine mandate begins for businesses that have more than 100 employees. That means the Occupational Health and Safety Administration could start issuing penalties against companies that don't comply with the mandate. A number of businesses have sued to block the rule. It's been the subject of much debate among the Supreme Court. The American Red Cross blood supply is hitting historically low levels. Today, a blood drive is being held at Truist Park from 9 to 5:30. You're being asked to make an appointment on the American Red Cross website. The agency is also offering 2 incentives for people who give blood by January 31st. A chance to win a Super Bowl getaway for a donor, plus a guest. And you'll also be entered to win a home theater package and a $500 e-gift card. There is no relief in sight for buyers of new and used cars. It's expected to be months Before the auto market returns to normal, pent-up demand and low inventory continues to drive prices higher. The average transaction price for a new car now more than $45,000. That's higher than the suggested retail price. Almost 90% of shoppers are now paying more than the sticker price or within 5% of it.
The Atlanta Falcons wrapped up their fourth straight losing season with a home loss to the division rival Saints. Yeah, that one had to hurt. The Falcons ended the season 7-10 and earned the 8th pick in this year's NFL draft. Even though the Saints beat the Falcons, they still missed the playoffs for the first time in 5 years because the 49ers beat the LA Rams in overtime. And there is one bright spot from yesterday's Falcon loss. Matt Ryan reached another major milestone. His touchdown pass to Russell Gage in the final moments was the 367th of his career. Get this, that moves him above Eli Manning for the 9th most passing touchdowns in NFL history. No surprise, yes, Tom Brady is at the top of that list.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching CBS 46 News. Watch us live wherever you are, our mobile and our streaming news app. You can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.